Welcome to this fabulous episode of the Waiting in Queue podcast. I am your host, Funny Spartan, and we have some exciting news besides the fact that Helpless Hobo is my co-host here.
Not exciting.
Not exciting at all. But the other thing that we are super thrilled about, we are about to start our addictions all over again.
Already have.
World of Warcraft Wrath of Lich King got announced, classic. And I gotta say, it's what I've wanted. Ever since they announced classic World of Warcraft, I was like, if they came out with Wrath of the Lich King, it's like, I'm for sure playing that.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. And I was like on the fence. I was like, well, I don't know, because I'm playing Destiny, and I'm just like, do I have the time? This was before they put FOMO in Destiny. However, it's in Destiny now, so I'll be playing Wrath of the Lich King. Yeah, I as soon as it got announced, I texted you, and I was like, hey, it got announced. Are you playing it? And I thought you were going to say, nah, probably not. I honestly thought you were going to. And right away, you were like, I'm playing it.
Yeah, when they announced, like, BC coming out, I was like, in the back of my head.
I almost played BC.
Yeah, but in the back of my head, I was like, oh, there's a chance that Wrath would come out. But I'm like, at the same time, like, well, what if, like, it doesn't? Because they might just stop at the 2 expansions that people really liked. Or the first expansion that people also really liked.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure if there was any hope for Wrath. Because Wrath was, like, I pretty much played in BC, but not to any sort of, like, end game. I never got to the end game in BC because around the time we started playing was, like, the end of BC. So,
I think it was only, like, 2 months away from Wrath of the Lich King.
Yeah, so I pretty much spent that time leveling, and then Wrath came out, and then that's where I spent a lot of my time. So it's something I'm familiar with, and I thought it was really freaking good. That it's like, for me, that's the nostalgia feeling, is going back to Northrend and doing all that stuff. So that's why I'm more excited about it than I was for Classic and Burning Crusade. But yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm the same way. But I will say, Classic did get me pretty hyped. But I think I was more hyped for Classic so I could experience what it was like to play. Because I've always heard and I always knew what it was like, but I never got to experience it. And then when playing through it, I was like, wow, this was fucking cool. Like, this is what the game was like prior to, like, Legion and shit, which was around the time of retail.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, it's come so far.
It really has. And I feel kind of, you felt kind of sad because like, leveling was so much harder. And
yeah, but that was fun.
That was the fun about it. I remember in, like, current World of Warcraft, you really didn't, if you were a spellcaster, I always felt like you didn't really have to worry about mana.
No, you didn't have to worry about anything no matter what class you were. I could level a character. Remember when I was, like, leveling characters from, like, 1 to 100 in, like, two fucking weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Classic takes you, like, 1 to 60. It takes you, like, 3 months.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Unless you're, like, really, really, really prone to doing it and you know what you're doing. You probably could do it in, like, a month. You probably could do it in, like, 2-3 weeks if you play a shit ton. But, like, I didn't even hit max when I was playing Classic. I did drop out of Classic, though, before even the first raid was unlocked. But
yeah, I only got to level 33.
Yeah, I got to 53. I was really close.
Yeah, you were there. You were pretty much there.
I should have just kept playing, but I pussied out and started.
I forget why I stopped
again.
playing. I think it was to, I don't remember.
We were going out of town or some shit.
Oh, yeah. I was going out of town a lot more.
Yeah.
And, yeah. And then I'd just be so tired that I wouldn't even, like, bring my laptop to, like,
play.
Because it was a simple game, and it plays on pretty much anything. Like, I played it on this laptop for years.
Yeah, the one that died was the one I played it on.
Yeah.
So
it's
fucking awesome. I just want to play Wrath of the Lich King again. Now, I wasn't this excited as a kid, to get it. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, more WoW. WoW's cool. But now it's like I can fully play it to the full capabilities of a character, to the full capabilities of the game. Like, even when we were playing Wrath of the Lich King, we were just kind of fucking around. And we
were middle schoolers.
Yeah, we didn't really know the mechanics of the game to a fullest. Like, we had an understanding of how to do things, and some of us were better at other things than...
I remember, like as a DPS, as a warlock in the game, like going in dungeons and stuff doesn't really train you to like do raids or anything, because the mechanics
in raids are
tremendously
different.
So when I remember raiding the first time, and my first thought is just like, okay, just stand in the spot and
shoot the guy.
Mm-hmm. But then they're like, it's that one boss where there's like a debuff that goes on the melee players. They have to run out to the casters or like the casters
stand by the casters.
And like you had to like run back and forth. And I saw this. I was like, this is a whole new language for me. Like
I love that shit.
Yeah,
like, I absolutely love that stuff. Mechanics. I wish dungeons had more mechanics. I think when you come together as a group and you figure out the mechanic and you work coexisting as a group of fucking 25 guys and gals, but like it is just so rewarding when you finally get that boss down. And I just love mechanics. I love, like, even in Wonderlands the raid bosses have mechanics, and you're like, okay, they're doing this now, okay, jump, okay, dodge, oh, shoot that, or like go over here. Like in WoW it's like, okay, we got to get out of this, we got to all stand together at this. And it's so cool because like it'll happen, and if you have deadly boss mods it counts down. It's a must-have add-on for any expansion, and for like if you're raiding and you don't have deadly boss mods, you're hurting yourself and your team. But like it'll count down, and sometimes you'll be on the other side of the boss room and you gotta like just stop attacking and run over to like where everybody has to stack or you die.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so much fun.
Oh yeah, Katie, we'll have to show you if you plan on playing
No,
it.
I do plan on playing it and stuff. Like, it sounds a lot of fun. I've never got a chance to actually try it before.
Oh,
so
it's awesome. It's an addiction, though.
It really is.
Like
have you seen me with my other games? Like, I'm sure I'll be fine. I already have other game addictions. I already know how it goes.
Yeah, we were just talking about it a few days ago. And then like it slowly crept to the point where like we would download the game. Like I re-downloaded it, and I wasn't thinking about buying it, and I was like, okay,
I was also like, I'm thinking about getting it closer to when Wrath is going to come out.
And
then
like, let's wait until like a month from Wrath, and then like 2 days later, we're like, yeah, but wouldn't it be cool if we just
played now?
And then I open the menu, and I'm just looking at the portal, and I'm like, oh, I'm so close. All I have to do is just put in my credit card information.
Oh, that's it, huh? That's all you had to do.
And then boom, I'm back in the game. And then the next day we're at work, and all I thought about was fucking my classic characters and like playing classic. And then Derek comes out at the end of the day, and he goes, I've been thinking a lot. And I was like, say it, dude. He's like, I might just start playing now. I might play tonight. And I was like, done. Like, I'm getting it back.
Yeah.
And I even told my dad, I was talking to my dad on the phone. I was like, guess what? Got announced. He's like, what? I was like, Wrath of the Lich King. They're remaking it. I didn't say classic because he didn't know. Mm-hmm. I was like, they're remaking Wrath of the Lich King and releasing it. And he's like, oh God. That's all he said. And I was like, we're already playing again. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Because when Wrath was out, that's all we did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we would go outside and play. Don't get me wrong. We would go out.
Well, we played.
Hold on.
We played when the big ball of fire was in the sky. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's when we played video games.
As soon as that big sun went away,
the ball of death went away.
We would come out.
The night crawlers would come out, and we'd go and go outside.
Do shit outside.
Because my parents have this big like floodlight outside that like illuminates the whole like
baseball court or
basketball
court.
Basketball court. And so it was just the night. It was when the shenanigans. Also, my parents would go to bed, so then it was like,
we could do anything we want,
unsupervised.
Yeah.
And we, when we say like we could do whatever we wanted, we didn't really do anything bad.
No,
it was dumb things.
Yeah, we would like either try to hurt ourselves in like a funny way, not like purposely try to hurt ourselves, but like it was some dumb shit. We all got hurt out there a lot.
Oh yeah, I once saw my brother light. He doused a tennis ball in gasoline, lit it on fire, and then they played like little short tennis with a flaming tennis ball.
Yeah,
of course.
And then we'd be like, "You guys want to go inside and play WoW?" And we
once we got tired enough,
and we'd play WoW till like 3:00 in the morning. Go to sleep, wake up. First thing we do in the morning though is we were like on the. There were only. I would always get up before everybody too.
There were only 2 computers, but there was like 4 of us that played, so you'd have to play in like shifts.
Yeah.
And whoever wasn't playing World of Warcraft was on the Xbox,
just playing like Halo or some shit.
Yeah, to like, pass the time, and then it's like, all right, I'm getting off World of Warcraft. I've done everything I wanted to do today, and then they'd hop
shift.
on, you switch, and. Yeah, in the morning, it was like the first people to wake up got to the computers first.
I didn't
didn't
purposely wake up to play WoW. I just woke up first all the time.
I would wake up and immediately, because we slept in the computer room, so we would wake up and I would just look over to see if anyone's on it, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna get up. If 2 people are on it, I'd be like, I'm going back to bed.
I mean, obviously.
I will say, he said we slept in the computer room. The computer room is a living room in the basement. I don't want people to think we were wasn't like all huddled in the computer room to play World of Warcraft. No, we would bring out mattresses, and I slept on a cot, which was the best thing in the fucking world. I don't know why you guys didn't sleep on the cot more. That thing was so comfortable. I think because of the cot, I have become prone to hard surfaces. Because now I don't even like super soft beds. But man, I could sleep on a cot forever. Just unfold one of them bad boys, slap that thing on the ground. But yeah, it was a good time.
It was a good time. But yeah, the computer room was not. It was a living room. Yeah, it had a flat screen TV to play our video games, and then everyone would bring their own TV for their own Xboxes. So
we just LAN party.
It was like
it did get to a point though where we all had our own laptops and we were all playing WoW. There was like 4 or 5 of us huddled down there playing. Usually it was 4. God, what a fucking time! This was all during Wrath of the Lich King.
And to tell you like how much. Not that everyone doesn't know this already, but the graphics needed, the performance of a computer needed to like play that game. I mean, we played it on my parents' computer, who at the time they're like, just give us the cheapest thing to check emails, and I could still play that thing easy. The only thing that hindered us was just the internet out here.
Yeah.
But when we played World of Warcraft, it didn't like. It wasn't that terrible sometimes.
No, but there were times where we couldn't log in at all.
Yeah.
For like a few hours.
That'd be annoying.
It was, but we would just go outside.
Yeah.
Go tubing or find something to do. But man, did we log a lot of hours into that game.
Ton.
And it was so fun, like, playing with everybody. And now it's coming back!
But we're the only ones coming back to it, though.
Yeah, Mitchell might. But
Mitchell never played it though, so he's not coming back. He's just coming to it.
Maybe. I don't know if he will though. They're gonna get bored of Wonderland sooner or later. And then what is he gonna play? I am getting back on Halo though when Halo comes around for season 2, but I'm still gonna be playing WoW. Oh boy, and I got Destiny though. Like there's so much shit to play.
So we're thinking this year is going to be a good year for video games then?
Yeah, I feel like it already kind of has been when it comes to like just other releases on top of it. Like Wonderlands was really good. Elden Ring was downright amazing.
Fantastic.
Still haven't beaten it.
Wrath of the Lich King.
Wrath of the Lich King's coming out. We got the new WoW expansion, which is good for WoW players. That'll be huge. We got what other games have been kind of confirmed this year?
Ooh.
I feel like there was another big one.
Ooh.
Is God of War Ragnarok coming out this year? Or whatever the new one's called?
Maybe.
But yeah, I think it's going to be alright. I think there's going to be a lot of doo-doo still, as there always is. I think Wrath is going to carry it. I just hope that it has the population that it... I mean, it's not going to have the population it had when it first came out.
You're talking 12 million subscribers.
Yeah, but it'll probably be like 1 million some.
I mean, if we play on, Whitemane, that really populated server, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
full.
I'm playing Whitemane now, and I'm seeing people all the time in the questing area. This is like during the time that everybody's raiding in Outlands. So, I mean, I know I'm in the questing area of the Paladins, so it's like, obviously you're going to see a Paladins in there. But, yeah. Bro, Derek came over. The other Derek. Katie, not this Derek.
I don't know a different Derek,
He
so...
knows a different
Yeah.
Derek.
So, Derek...
We call him the LCD.
Derek gets on, and he's like, "Oh, you're playing again?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, that's cool." He's like, "I got some stuff for you," and I was like, "What? What for what?" He's like, "I just got some stuff," and I was like, "Okay." So he's like, "I'm bringing you bags," and I'm like, "Oh, I'll take bags. I'll take bags in a heartbeat.
Bags?
14 slot bags, may I add?
Ooh.
4 of them." And he shows up, gives me his bag, give me the bags, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm done after this because they're getting rid of BC for Wrath." And he's a level 29 twink, so he stays at level 29, and they do all the 29 content. They do like these things called like war zones or something like that. I think that's where like everybody meets somewhere and then they just like battle it out. I don't really know, but he streams it too. I was like,
Does he?
I was like, "You streaming now?" He's like, "Yeah." I gotta look that up. Not right now, but I said I would follow him.
Oh.
And then he gave me 100 gold. What?
100 gold.
100 gold. That's enough to buy my first mount.
It is. But you're a paladin. You get a mount from the quest.
You're right. So I'm probably just gonna use it all to train.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's what I'm going to do.
That's another thing. Wait, in Wrath of the Lich King, did you have to go back and train?
Yes.
You still did?
I think you still did.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. But I think they simplified it down to, like your spell book won't be cluttered with rank 1, rank 2, rank... Oh, no. I think so, because Tanner was a healer during Wrath as well. Like, he had a healer, and he always swore by, like, just do, like, the lower ranked healing, because the casting time was faster and costed less mana, so you could, like, heal really fast with less mana.
That's that's smart. That's interesting. Yeah, Katie, you have to like go back to your trainer and train your skills.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you want to learn how to do a fireball? It's like, okay, great. Come back to me in like 3 levels. You're going to have to get fireball rank 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, it's going to take you 10 hours to get here to just train for it. Like last night, I had to go train, and I didn't want to so bad because I had to walk all the way back to the city.
I like grindy games, though, so it's like it's no issue for me.
But this is a really good grind.
In Wrath of the Lich King, it's a very, very fun grind. Like, it's not like... Classic was very... what's it called? It's very, very sucky if you don't like heavy grind. And when I mean heavy grind, I'm talking like, okay, I got to get to 60. And then when you get to 60, you're like, well, now I have to go back and grind all my gear. And grinding your gear takes 4 times as long. And then you got to make sure you get the stats right. And it was a lot of numbers.
Yeah.
But in Wrath, it was fun. Like, it was more like, okay, I got to go grind some gold. You know, leveling
you're saying
wasn't
100
too bad.
gold is
From,
a lot.
What is it, 70 to 85, Derek?
70 to 85 for Wrath?
Yeah.
It's 80.
Is it 80? Oh, and then it went up to 85 in Kata.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 70 to 80 won't be bad because there's so many dungeons and every zone's pretty knit. Plus, you get flying. Flying changed the game. That made leveling so much easier. If you could afford a flying mount.
Yeah.
Yes.
And afford flying training. You also have to train for flying. But you get flying in. I guess you get flying in the Outlands.
Yeah, you get.
But
yeah, flying in Outlands.
How hard is it to earn gold? You said 100 was a lot. So
100 is a lot of gold in
early game.
In early game,
definitely.
Getting gold if you're questing, not too bad. But it's not like it is in retail now, where gold is like, gold has no value because it's so easy to get. But yeah, it takes a while. I mean, you'll get to a point where like you're only getting like 10 gold a quest, which is like a high level quest.
Yeah.
And then if you're doing professions, the auction house is a great way to make gold, but it depends on your professions, because you don't want to like have a profession that requires you to buy things from the auction house. But
no, because that like it defeats the purpose.
Yeah. So like I'm doing enchanting and leatherworking, because leatherworking also doesn't need skinning technically, because you can get everything from drops. So you get the linen cloth, rune cloth, but rune cloth was that big money. At least in Outlands, it was big money. Because you could also turn rune cloth in for reputation grinds. So if people were like doing reputation grinds for factions, you just stack your rune cloth in there for like 10, 15 gold. And you make tons of money off of that. But it's not too bad. It depends on what you're doing. And you don't really spend a ton of gold except for training and
mounts.
Mounts, if you're trying to get like all the mounts.
Once like you get past the leveling, the gold really turns into like player trading, more of a player trading currency than it does for.
Also, you're gonna want to tip your professions. Like if somebody goes in and puts a jewel in your thing, usually how it works is you don't pay that person to do it per se. How it works is the jewel crafter would be like, bring me the mats, and I'll do it, and then you tip them.
Yeah,
that's just common courtesy. If
no,
you're
it
not
is,
tipping,
definitely.
some people will be like, I'm not ever fucking doing anything for you again. Like,
yeah.
And that's how our guild was in New World too. It was like, even if you're a guildie, you tip the cook.
Yeah,
you tip them. Or you do something in return. So, like, I told Derek, I was like, I'll do an enchantment for Jewel. Like, you do something in return. Man, I can't wait, dude.
And, Katie, if you play with us and we're all doing, like, different professions, that's, like, really good for us.
I mean, obviously, yeah. I would try to do a different profession than you guys. I just like gathering stuff, so that's like my main thing.
Well, there's herbalism and alchemy.
That's exact. Those are the two exactly things I was gonna say. But if you guys were already gonna do stuff, then
I'm not doing any of those.
Nope, I'm not.
And herbalism and alchemy is huge for raiding. Like, alchemy is huge for raiding because you have to come in with pots. Yeah, you almost have to. Like, if you don't have pots, people are like, nah. You can't come.
Get out.
Yeah, you can't come. It's crazy that 10 extra strength or 10 extra stamina like really can change the boss fight. Do I look like the guy who was like, "Welcome to Chili's"? With my ears?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, you got to put the goggles on. Oh no, he didn't. That was
the
Wednesday
guy. Welcome to Wrath of the Lich King. Welcome to Northrend. Bro, I just can't wait. It's so much fun. I wish I could speed up time and get to the day it came. Actually, a couple days after it came out, so that the queues aren't as long as they were the day that it came out.
I was thinking about this too. We just went through the list. We were talking about the list of dungeons that are in the game, and we were talking about the void one. Remember they had
prison?
the Void Prison, and you had Dungeon Finder, so you'd do random queue, and if it wasn't the dungeon you wanted, you could individually select it, but then it like took a lot longer. In the meantime, you could just like still do like a dungeon or something.
Mm-hmm.
But in that rotation was the Void, and remember they're getting rid of Dungeon Finder in Wrath. They're not adding it in the classic version. So really, that Void Prison is not going to be in the rotation of like random dungeons. But then that was
right. You just won't have to go do it.
Because remember,
You gotta do it for a quest though.
yeah. But remember, see, this is going to be interesting. So you had like your daily and your weekly. You had a daily like dungeon to do, and then like a weekly raid that you had to go and kill like a boss from like a certain raid, and you got those like frost tokens to like buy gear from the like raid tailor person or like your class tailor.
Yeah, they might just add it later. I just don't think they're adding it right at the beginning.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, because that was like you had to use dungeon. Oh yeah, because they added dungeon. They did add Dungeon Finder later.
Because it would be kind of lame if you could just do Dungeon Finder right away and then buy that frost gear, because that frost gear was really good.
Mm-hmm.
So that would defeat the purpose of like people grinding out their gladiator sets or their raid sets. I think it's just gonna come later on.
Okay.
That's my guess, because like you said, it came out later, and they do the like it's up to the best update. But they're like, well, we can't do that. We can't add all of it, because if we add Dungeon Finder, it just defeats the purpose of
finding people
to go do the
people.
dungeon. Yeah, it takes a social aspect out of it. I met a lot of people playing through Wrath too. It was
not Wrath, but you got a girlfriend from playing World of Warcraft.
Mm-hmm. I did. I was playing Zoof.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember how we met. It was doing a dungeon. Leveling Zoof, we were doing a dungeon. I entered the dungeon. The first thing I said in the dungeon was like, this better be a fucking fast one. I was not having it that night. I was like, I'm just grinding levels. I'm trying to get to, I think at the time it was 90, 95 or some shit like that. It wasn't 100 yet. I was like, we got to make this fucking fast. And she was with somebody else. And they're like, yeah, we'll do it. And we're like, I'm tanking this little gnome, and I'm like fucking pulling shit. And I'm like, go. You're too slow. That's why I like tanking too, because you're the
pace setter.
You're the pace setter. And you're going to see how I tank. And tanking for me is like destiny. It's like, we got to go. But no, we're just killing the first mob. Too slow. We should be at the final boss. Like, let's go. And then they were like, hey, we're in TeamSpeak, because this is before Discord. We're in TeamSpeak. You should join us, and we could do multiple runs together. And I was like, no, not doing that. Not talking to strangers like that. That's it. I was like, we're not doing that. And then we ended up just grouping anyways, doing dungeons, and they kept bothering me. They're like, just join TeamSpeak and talk, because I was like typing a lot. And they were like laughing and shit, and I was like, no, dude, we got dungeons to run, let's go. And then finally I was like, fuck it, I'll just join them. So I downloaded TeamSpeak and I joined, and it was her and that other dude. Remember that dude she was playing with?
Yeah. And wasn't he buying her World of Warcraft subscription?
Yeah, but he wasn't like, she wasn't dating him or anything. He had a thing for her. And
then you swooped in.
I swooped in there, and I start playing. And, you know, my charisma level's pretty high when it needs to be. And we're just playing. I wasn't trying to, like, do anything. I was just joking around and having fun with them. Because I thought they were, like, together. Mm-hmm. And I never, like, immediately was like, oh, girl, I have to date this girl. Like, I was just playing. And then we we kept playing, and then we kept doing dungeons. Then we got out of dungeons, and I was like, I'll come find you guys. And then we like were running around, and we stayed on till like fucking 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, just like talking. And then that dude wouldn't leave.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was staying on, and he wouldn't leave because me and her were like talking a lot, and she started like to like joke around and talk with me a lot more. And he wouldn't leave the fucking TeamSpeak channel, and we didn't care. But like, he finally left, and she was like, "My God, he wouldn't leave." And I was like, "Yeah, I didn't think of anything of it." And she's like, "Well," and then she told me about him and all that. I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I'm just playing WoW." Like I wasn't trying to like do anything. But she liked playing with me, and then we ended up just playing a lot. And then yeah, we ended up like video calling one time, and then we just kept playing together. And then one day we were like, we should just meet in person. Did she come to Chicago before I went to her place?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't remember. I think I went to her place first.
Maybe.
No. Nope. She came to Chicago first.
Oh, yeah, because we were still in the dorms.
Yeah, she came to Chicago first, and the first time I met her in person was there. And, yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah. I think the main reason we broke up, though, is because it was, like, long distance, and it was, like, fucking pain in the ass.
Didn't she cheat on you?
No, that was, I talked to her after all that a while ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We reconnected. And I was like, so what all happened? She's like, oh, it's just like, I can't do this long distance shit. She's like, I had to have somebody here. And I was like, yeah, that's understandable. I don't really care.
It's hard.
But that was speculation on my part. Because I said that. And I believe her.
And then we went to that music festival. Summerfest with Tanner.
Yeah. And his friends.
No, it was just me, you, and Tanner.
No, Tanner had friends there.
I'm pretty sure it was just me, you, and Tanner.
Tanner definitely had friends there, because I remember we were like seeing that one concert, and that girl and that dude were like, yeah, we love these guys. You don't remember that?
No.
Yeah. We met them there. Like they went, and Tanner knew them.
Yeah, but I didn't think we walked around with anybody. It was just us three walking around.
Yeah, maybe, but I do remember meeting up with somebody at that female singer girl thing. But maybe, I don't know, maybe I was just talking to people. I don't fucking remember. But yeah, that was fun. And then yeah, WoW's brought a lot of cool things. I met Mariah there as well.
Shout out
Mariah, my good old pal that I played WoW with after Derek and them quit. We used to play a shit ton of WoW together. And she is also thinking about getting Classic with Brian. So, like, Brian and Mariah will be playing, too. They're a little slower than we are. Sorry. But, she's like, you leveling your paladin? I was like, I am. And she's like, okay, are you going to carry me and Brian? I'm like, maybe. I got to do raids. I got to get my gear. I got to get my gladiator gear. I got to get my mammoth mount with the vendors. I got to get invincible from... I got to get invincible from the Lich King.
You're in for a long time.
I still never got it. I still never got that mount. I used to collect mounts, Katie.
Yeah.
In retail, I have like 600 some mounts.
Nice.
Not that much. I have like 450 or something like that.
I mean,
there are
lot,
over
though.
600 some mounts now, but yeah, I mount collect like a fucking maniac. I had so many dope ass mounts that a lot of people didn't have. A lot of achievement mounts.
No paying for mounts.
No, I had 2 paid mounts.
Yeah, but
they didn't count towards your achievements.
No. But it was most mounts that you don't have to pay for.
Oh, yeah. I only had 2 pay mounts, and that was the first one that ever came out, which was the Celestial Steed.
Which I got that one because it made it easy for if I leveled up another character. It was like I already had a mount.
Right, and it was flying.
And it was a flying mount.
Mm-hmm.
I bought the Celestial Steed, and then I bought later on. They had this really cool. This was after you left. This was when I played with Mariah, and we were doing. Was it Draenor expansion?
Legion.
Yeah, maybe it was Legion, but it was this really awesome, like, purple panther. And it flew too, like wings came out.
All right.
That thing was fucking cool looking, man. I used to use that one all the time, and I bought those. I never bought any other mounts. There was some dope ass store mounts though, but no, most of the mounts I had were
you know
collected.
the mount we do need in Wrath?
The chopper.
I think it was in Wrath. It might have been Kata, but I'm pretty sure in Wrath. I know in Wrath there was the turtle. You fished under.
Yeah, bro. We have to get There's 2 turtles. I have both of those on my main character. On retail character. Yeah, one you fish, and then one I think you get from fishing too, but it's from like chest or something. And one's faster than the other.
All right.
But what was the water mounts? They were like bugs that could run across water.
That was in Pandaren.
That's Pandaren.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Those were the Water Striders.
The Water Striders.
The Water Striders were fucking sick. That was Pandaren.
So yeah, we definitely need to get that turtle then.
It doesn't walk on water though. It just
swims.
moves quicker in water.
Yeah.
It's really good in PvP. Like in the battleground there, where because you can just right across the lakes because there's lakes on 2 sides, and it's an easy cut. It's also good for Stranglethorn Valley because there's a spot where there's like a little bit of a like a river or something. You could jump down in that river, bro. Battlegrounds, man, battlegrounds. I just want to play Wrath of Lich King.
Yeah, I'm ready to play Wrath of the Lich King. So we're gonna wrap up right here.
Yeah.
Play World of Warcraft with us.
What time have we gone?
37 minutes.
Damn.
So Katie, we'll get you set up to play World of Warcraft with us
Yeah,
If you
it'll be
want
fun.
if you want.
No, I do want to.
It's
It'll
a
be fun.
time.
Let's just say this: if you want to keep, doing the show with us,
Jesus.
you got to play World of Warcraft.
Oh,
with us.
okay. I see how it is now.
The thing is, we get her to get Zomboid, and then like
I already had Zomboid, okay?
Oh yeah. You
yeah,
had. Okay,
I had
then
Zomboid
I don't
for
feel as
years
bad.
now.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I don't feel as bad because I thought you bought it because we were
No.
playing it, and then like we ended up stop playing it, which I wish we didn't. It was more because Derek stopped playing it because he had to go out of town and shit.
Yeah.
So it was
And
like
then-
we
and
didn't
then
have
we
any
didn't-
time, but I was so still down to play that.
I'm
game.
still down to play it.
Our server has no power, and we had, like I did a day with that, and it was terrifying. But yeah, okay, we're ending the episode. We're going home to play WoW.
All right. See ya.